Hello, I'm Yue-Sai. Welcome to my Innovative Leader short story. I think my story began really with my parents. My mother was a fantastic businesswoman. She was very interested that we understand what money was. She taught us a lot of things about how to behave correctly as a woman. She was a fantastically supportive mother. Father, on the other hand, is the opposite. My father would not know whether the house has rice anymore to eat the next day. My father was a pure artist. He was a erhu player, a musician. He always played in a band, and he was a wonderful artist. He had the most beautiful paintings, and from him I learned how to be a perfectionist. But that doesn't mean that, I had a plan for my future. Actually, if I look back in my life, everything happened to me. And it was me who was willing to take the opportunity and run with it. So it has always been the fact that I was maybe brave enough to just seize upon it and say, I'm going to run with it. And then once I have made that decision, this is something my parents taught me. Don't be scared of anything. I encourage you to be very independent. I encourage you to be brave. I never had any fear. If I said I wanted to do cosmetics, I just went right into it. I knew that China was definitely opening, no question about that. And I knew that they will all be using cosmetics like the rest of the world. This is something I was very sure of. So I would say that I would take this adventure because I know that I was doing the right thing. I could do it. I'm passionate about it. And there is a reason I do it because it's good for everybody. Those are extremely important. In the early days of my work in China, I always asked myself, is this good for China? Would that help China's open door policy? That was the fourth question I always asked in those days. Today, I don't need to ask that question anymore because China is so open now. China is so advanced, and after 40 years of open door policy, China has become a completely different in a different space altogether. Coming to the United States is probably the most important turning point in my life. I would never have been or have become what I am today if I hadn't come to the United States. China Institute even though it's a 92-year-old institution, but it's a new one.
Our Chinese New Year Gala, it was amazing. Ambassador came, we had Gail Brewer, who's the Borough of Manhattan president, as you know. But guess what? They're already looking forward, thinking about the fashion gala that's coming up. When Yue-Sai started to become involved and active at China Institute, it brought a whole new dimension and a way to connect people. And this connectivity came through the concept of design, fashion, things that people didn't ordinarily equate from coming from China. And it really broadened the horizons of our constituents and the people that deal with China to see this new facet, a new way of accessing and experiencing China.
So 3 months before the fashion gala, we've already got 2 wonderful articles in Women's Wear Daily. And
there really is buzz.
Yeah. They're talking about Jason Wu being honored, and it is a celebration of Jason Wu anyway. And he happens to be Chinese, and it would be great. And he knows everybody. It's really exciting.
And people are starting to get to know us through the fashion gala as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's take a look at the new space being built.
Yeah.
This space needs so much work, so much money in order to build it up. But once we build up the space, it will become a home for U.S.-China cultural exchange. Oh, I'm really excited about this space. This is going to change China Institute completely, isn't it? Look at this incredible space. This is what we're going to start rebuilding. So Explain to me.
Coming online, a lot more space. I'm so excited. You know, we raised in phase 2 of the capital campaign $7.5 million, which gives us enough to build out this space. We'll be able to accommodate around 275 people to do all kinds of things. There'll be classrooms in the back behind there, additional classrooms to what we already have. There'll be space where we can feature, you know, films and have more performance things.
Dancing.
Dancing. Well, this is just the second floor. This is more the educational part.
Yeah,
when we see downstairs, when we have the huge ceiling space, that's even more impressive for the performing kind.
How many? 5,000 square feet?
Yep, almost 6,000. And this is the space we've been anticipating and looking forward to.
Yeah.
Because look at what it gives us. It's totally amazing, isn't it?
A few years ago, we decided to do a China Fashion Gala. The idea is to bring Chinese talents that are so unknown in the West. Nobody knew about them, but yet they're very talented and very special designers. And we wanted to bring them, and they're very popular in China. And I wanted to have a vehicle whereby we could bring somebody like a Guo Pei to come here. She's an absolutely magnificent designer. Remember, the big gown that Rihanna was wearing was a Guo Pei gown. And she deserved to be recognized in the West. This year, we're doing something totally different. We're actually presenting someone who is already very known in the West, and he's Jason Wu. And Jason is a fabulous designer. He's only 36 years old, and look what he has already accomplished. Honestly, to call Jason a Chinese designer is a little bit strange, because it's like calling Karl Lagerfeld a German designer, because he really is a designer of the world. This year, we really broke from tradition because we decided we were going to bring in a Chinese, literally in New York. And it's Jason! And we're very proud of you, of course, even though you're really not mainland Chinese. But we claim you. It's a warm-up party. The warm-up party is to make sure that the people who have supported us for such a long time know what we are doing with this new gala. You know, you are sure every year I can give the same kind of money that we make from the charity, but we have no chance to present the wonderful actors and actresses of Crazy Rich Asians. We have no chance to present a Jason Wu. You know, all of those things we're unable to do. I may be able to give the money, but we're unable to create an event to showcase these wonderful talents.
For the past 2 years, the China Institute has been collaborating with Yue-Sai Khan's Beauty Charity Fund. When Yue-Sai came on board, we really broadened and expanded that horizon to a whole new area in fashion, in design, in things that were contemporary and cool. So China was fascinating, but Yue-Sai helped make China cool for our people.
We are the sum total of our choices in life. Experiences are only something that you choose to do. So I always say, when I give lectures to young people, I always say, make your choice very carefully. I am the sum total of all the choices I have made in my life. And choose it carefully.